There we go. Coco, where did you get this incredible band from? These guys were great. I mean,
They come from all over. The keyboard player's from Santa Fe, New Mexico, and my drummer is actually in Torrance, California, so he's around LA. Bass player's down near San Diego, California. We all got to know each other, and that's where I got my musician pool. I'm from a great bunch of guys to work with. Probably one of my favorite, best bands I've had. Really great.
wow. How long has that particular band been playing together?
Well, drummer just came on this year,
Okay.
so he's been on only for like 5-6 months. He's
Okay.
done a great job. And Renee Beavers, I'm glad to have him. He used to play with Geneva Magnus, play with a lot of people. He played with Little Milton. Nate Brown used to be in the Bone Shakers. Randy Jacobs from Was Not Was. And Brant Leapers played with a bunch of people. And I've known him for a long time, so it was a natural to pull him into the ranks. He's been with me the longest.
Okay. One thing I noticed, like I talked to you in 2010, and you were telling me about your album. I Want It All Back. You know, you did that with Ked Mo.
Yes.
And you had told me then that you were working more on your voice then.
Well, Kevin definitely wanted to make the album a little more about my voice.
Right.
That was really Kevin trying to pull that out. The way he put it, he says, "Hey, you got 6 albums of everybody knows you play guitar." So it was really great because it was concentrating on a place that I don't concentrate as much on, or I haven't at this particular time. So having Kevin really put me through the ringer there on a lot of that stuff.
Right.
And he was tremendous, and Jeff Paris as well, who was the other producer. And it shows on the album. They really worked hard with me and got me to do things I hadn't done ever.
Wow, that's amazing. But one thing, the reason I asked that is because I noticed tonight you seem to be a little bit more out there with the guitar than you were when I saw you in 2010. Have you kind of like, I don't know, what's the word, kind of gotten back more into the guitar? Focus more on it, or?
I don't know. I mean, it's from any given night. I mean, it's kind of like, it's not something that's set in stone when you go out on stage. So I think it's probably just something you feel like doing more of, one or the other, but mostly you just try and give the people what they want to hear, and try and cover all the bases.
Right. One thing is that also some of the songs you do, I Want It All Back, for example, seem, in my opinion, could be something that you could put out on the radio in a pop format, rather. And,
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that definitely is what it is, it was written by Dave Steen, the guy I write with. Great song. We brought it in the last minute. It was the last song that was picked. In fact, Kevin didn't even want to hear it at the time. We had all the tunes he wanted to work with, and I made them listen to this song. Of course, we picked it and it became the title cut. I think that I don't have any walls and I don't have any borders to cross when it comes to music. I play what I want to play.
Right.
If it's a pop song, well, so be it. If it's a country-ish type song, so be it. It doesn't matter. I love the blues. I love all kinds of music.
Have you ever tried to market that song or any of the other songs as pop songs? I mean, I think
other than whatever Roof Records could do. No, we just did what we could, with the record company, and it stands the way it stands. What do you do? I would love it for Dave if some bigger pop artist would pick the song up and do it. I love the song myself. I believe in it.
Right. One thing is that I've heard a lot of people talk about this. It's getting the blues out there, getting more exposure. And I mean, after hearing a concert like you put on tonight, I mean, I'm sure it would attract a lot of people. But what do you think the problem is? I mean, why do you think blues is not getting the attention that it merits?
I don't know. I think that what's been proven to me is the blues seems to have a level of its own. It ebbs and flows, and it comes into popularity, and it goes out of popularity to a certain degree.
Right.
But I think there's a lot of people listening to blues and hearing blues in pop bands even. I know when I was playing drums with Albert Collins in the 70s, all the people from Pat Benatar's band and other, these young kids bands, would come down and find Albert, and they'd be in the audience. That's what they wanted to hear. They they loved him.
Right.
So it'd be like all kinds of crazy people coming in to see Albert. That's not their genre, but they come to appreciate the music.
Right.
And in my genre, with John Mayall, I mean, Slash used to come down and sit in with us, and it was just fun. It was just You know, it's very hard to put a finger on why it either becomes popular for a while and then it dies down. It's hard to put a finger on it, but sometimes I don't think people really know when they're listening to it that they already are listening to it and they're enjoying it. They just don't know what it is.
Right. One thing I was curious, how did Albert Collins get you to change from drums to guitar? How did he do that?
Well, he didn't do that. So it was never a conscious thought to switch for me.
Right.
I was a drummer. I quit playing drums. I was done. I thought my career as a musician was over. So I was moving on with life and decided I didn't want to play drums anymore. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be out hitting these little bars and playing for nothing. So I went and got a day job, and I was enjoying playing guitar simply because I was enjoying it. I wasn't trying to make a career of it. That's when John Mayall saw me, asked me if I wanted to get back into the music business.
Wow.
And that's how that happened. The guitar thing, I started playing guitar when I was 13 as a secondary instrument.
Right.
So it was just something I wanted to do. Of course, having Albert Collins, playing for him, and I mean, he definitely was a big inspiration.
Right.
And it taught me a lot.
Right.
So, but yeah, none of it was conscious thought on my part. It was just me doing whatever it is I was going to do.
Right. That's great. Listen, where'd you get the name Coco from? I know that you were born Henry.
A girl. What was her name? I don't remember now. When I just started playing with Albert, I started dating this girl. And her name was Wendy Inga. I don't know if you're supposed to tell anybody that, but she was a sweet girl, very nice girl. And of course, I had learned my lesson about going out on the road and coming back and finding things to be different.
Right.
So I was a young man, and she gave me a nickname because I didn't have one, didn't have a middle name. So she started calling me that, and it kind of stuck.
Oh, okay.
So Wendy, wherever you are out there, thank you.
Okay. I guess with that we'll end. But thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
And a great show.
Thank you.